The gaming landscape has changed over the past couple of years, and the demand for powerful GPUs is increasing. Despite that, we haven't seen a lot of cards that offer exceptional performance while costing low. It's usually one or the other. Thankfully, graphics card prices are falling now, and as a result, cards like the GIGABYTE Radeon RX 7700 XT Gaming OC are pushing the standards of all the GPUs in the $200 to $400 price range. Even though it's a large and intimidating card with a hefty triple fan cooler that takes up 3 PCIe slots, it should fit easily within cases that support full-length cards. However, I do advise on getting an anti-sag bracket to prevent damaging the PCB over time. The temperatures are very good, despite GIGABYTE prioritizing silence. The GPU stays at around 70 degrees Celsius during gaming, and the fans are dead silent. This is because, by default, the fans are only spinning at 1000 RPM with plenty of headroom to adjust the fan curve and get even lower temperatures while remaining quiet. The RX 7700 XT is not to be underestimated whatsoever, as it's one of the best budget 1440p cards on the market. Games like The Last of Us, Cyberpunk 2077, Hogwarts Legacy, Starfield, and Microsoft Flight Simulator are notorious for being hard to run, and yet the RX 7700 XT can play all of them at native 1440p without any upscaler, like FSR, with a locked 60 FPS on ultra settings. And if that wasn't impressive enough, it can even play slightly lighter titles at a locked 60 FPS like Red Dead Redemption 2 in 4K with a mix of ultra and high settings. Before the RX 7700 XT, the RX 6800 was my go-to budget 1440p champion for quite some time. However, the RX 7700 XT trades blows with the older RX 6800, and has much better ray tracing capabilities. Games that become a blurry mess with ray tracing actually run decently at a locked 30 FPS on the RX 7700 XT. When it comes to the competition, the RTX 4060 Ti 8GB is the only card from Nvidia standing against the 7700 XT at the same price range, but has no chance of competing since the 7700 XT is on par with the much more expensive RTX 4070. Basically, the RX 7700 XT offers the same level of ray tracing performance as the RTX 4060 Ti and the raster performance of the RTX 4070. Overall, you will be happy with the performance that the GIGABYTE Radeon RX 7700 XT Gaming OC could put out. There is just one thing that's bothering me with this card. It consumes anywhere between 220 to 240 watts of power during gaming. Normally, I wouldn't bother ranting about the 7700 XT's power consumption, but the problem is that every other competitor is way more efficient. For example, Nvidia managed to get the RTX 4070 to stay neck and neck against the RX 7700 XT while staying under 200 watts. Not only that, the RX 7800 XT consumes just shy of 250 watts. I know it's not fair to compare it against the 7800 XT, as it's a tier above the 7700 XT, but this perfectly highlights my point that the performance per watt of RDNA 3 GPUs under the 7800 XT is not good. This also makes having a power supply with two 8-pin connectors mandatory. Although, initially, many people stayed away from the RX 7700 XT due to its high launch price, it's nice that you can find it under $400 now. It's a seriously underrated GPU, and together with a mid-range CPU, it's a killer duo for top-notch 1440p performance without breaking the bank. To sum up, what I like is the great build quality, the incredible 1440p performance, the very low temperatures, and the quiet fans. On the downside, poor performance per watt. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you figure out which is the right GPU for your build. Remember, you can check prices in the description below. And if you're interested in more PC building suggestions and hardware reviews, be sure to check out more of my videos. Before you go, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to stay updated, and let me know your opinion and suggestions in the comments. See you in the next one.